If you've been following our bullish call on the price of gold for the past couple of years, you know how undeterred we were by really any sort of sharp move to the upside. And in fact, gold, since we made that call in mid-2023, is up about 80% now. However, we are now, as a result of the past week or so's rally in gold, we are getting a very rare short-term extreme overbought reading using our proprietary vertical X Pro indicator. I'd like to show you exactly what that looks like. Let's go to the charts. What we have done here is we created a chart that actually doesn't have this indicator on it. I'll show you that on the next chart. And just to give you some perspective, what gold has done here, if you compare the 2018 to basically COVID rally in gold, that one was about 75%. And then the rally since, let's call it mid-2023 to now is maybe a touch more, 80-85% or so. And again, in the big picture, just if you've never heard this before, we still think gold can go much, much higher, but it's more of a multi-year call. In the near term, over the next couple of few weeks, maybe few months at this point, we do think we're getting quite stretched here. And really the concern I have is that we're getting extreme overbought readings from our vertical X Pro indicator.
Are you looking for your next big stock picks? Ones that could skyrocket in the next 12 months? If yes, listen up. Last year, I called Tesla as my stock pick of the year, and within weeks, it skyrocketed over 80%. What I thought would take a year happened almost overnight, and if you missed out on that run, don't make the same mistake again. Right now, I've got 3 new stock picks that I believe are positioned to explode in 2025, and I just don't want you to miss them. They are in hidden sectors that the media isn't even talking about. So right now is the time to get in on this huge opportunity, because once they go mainstream, the biggest gains will be gone. Click the link in the description right now to grab my 3 big stock picks for 2025 before the market catches on. The sooner you act, the bigger the potential gains.
Indicator. Now, what our vertical X Pro indicator does is it tells us when something is severely overbought, and really severely. We have not had a signal like that since 2024, where we then did see a consolidation phase. And it's not just gold in terms of spot price. We're also seeing it in some of the ETFs, obviously, GLD, IAU. And none of this means that gold has to crater from here, that the rally is over. It just means that the short term is getting very exhaustive. I'm not yet at this very juncture at the time I'm recording this ready to short gold. That's not the point. It's more that gold is likely going to start slowing the move to the upside and ultimately gets to the point where it then consolidates. So I guess from a trading perspective, I'm looking for a reversal day where the gold is down meaningfully, maybe breaks below a short-term moving average, to maybe then even go tactically short. I remain in my long positions in gold, so I'm not changing that part from a long-term perspective, but I am looking to ultimately hedge by being short gold futures or doing something on the options front, because again, gold can easily mean revert quite well. But also the other point is, if anyone does not own gold, and we know most people don't own gold, this may not be the perfect spot to buy it. We actually do think that if we look at gold itself, the price, again, if this overbought reading ends up being right and gold starts to consolidate here for a few weeks, again, maybe a few months, it is not out of the question to see a mean reversion move back down to 2,700. That's 20% from here, gets us back to where gold was basically in January. Seems like it is a big move. However, is not out of the ordinary in terms of what gold can do. In fact, if you go back a little bit further and you look back at some of the moves that gold has had within big bull runs, so for example, in 08, 09, it did drop 30% just to then scream higher again. And along the way, it has plenty of examples of these kind of 10, 20, 15% moves to the downside. So not out of the question. Again, remain very bullish gold. In the long term, it's more of a tactical call. Our vertical X Pro, which measures extreme overbought and oversold readings, is flashing a warning signal in the near term.
Hey there, I hope you found this video helpful. Now, please make sure you click up here to get much more of our great videos, our great insight into the markets, analysis, and excellent interviews with professional traders and investors.